Over the last 30 days, I've sent over 20,000 emails for my agency and booked over 20 sales calls. Now, this has all been generated from under $200 worth of software costs, which is pretty incredible. So in today's video, I'm going to break down for you exactly what my best performing campaigns were, how I built this tech stack, and how you can do it too. So let's dive straight into it. So as you can see here from my Instantly account, I've obviously sent over 20,000 emails, had a 1.85% average reply rate and generated 32 opportunities, of which 20 have turned into sales calls, right? Now, like I said, the bit that probably intrigued you was I spent under $200 on software costs to do this. So let's break this down. On average, I've sent around 1,000 emails a day. You can see we've just started to ramp this up now, so I've actually got more inboxes. But recently I've just been sending just under 1,000 emails a day, right? So what we can actually do is we're using inboxes that can send 25 emails per day per account. So we do 1,000 divided by 25, you can see we're actually using 40 email accounts in order to do this. Now, we're actually getting our email accounts for $2.50 a month, which is half of what Instantly charge you for. Right? So if you want access to those inboxes that are only $2.50 a month instead of $5 a month, join our free school community below and I'll give you access to the details there. Now 40 times by 2.5 is only $100 a month on email accounts, right? Only $100 a month on email accounts. Now what we're doing for our leads is we're actually getting them from Ample Leads. So what we're doing is paying around $2 per 1,000 leads, right? So once again, 20,000 here, times 2 is $40 in lead costs, right? We've got some additional verification costs and we've got some additional automation costs as well. But all in all, this is costing us really under $200 a month to run this and generate 20 sales calls. So an incredible rate of booking basically a call for every $10 worth of software costs. Of course, this includes time. And if you're running this yourself, you'll need to put some time into it. But this can generate you sales calls for a very, very low amount. Now I'll show you exactly what the highest performing campaigns during this period have been. If I just go to my campaigns here, you can see multiple ones we're running, to financial services, to accounting, to logistics. But the best campaign we've actually had has been to marketing agencies. Now, I'm going to actually show you exactly what this script looks like. I'm going to give you everything. If you want to copy this word for word, sure, go for it, but it's not going to work for very long. But what I'd recommend is actually use frameworks for this, right? So I'm going to show you what the framework was. I'll show you the script, but I'll show you exactly what the framework was that I used to build this message and how it's been getting me 1.7% reply rates and 50% positive reply rates. So we've had a bunch of calls through this, and we're actually using this script on LinkedIn as well that is continuing to book us more sales calls. So if we go to sequences, this is exactly how it works. I'm only sending this in the morning, right? So I'm saying good morning. Notice you are similar to one of our clients that we just generated this amount in pipeline for in less than a week. So $48,000 in less than a week. We do this through using our AI platform to identify companies looking for your service right now. Do you mind if I send you over a list of 500 companies looking for your services right now? Now, if you got this message through your inbox, you would probably say yes to it, right? It's pretty no-brainer. We've got a good CTA and a lead magnet there. We've got a good bold offer at the top that's describing exactly how much pipeline we've been able to generate for someone similar to them, right? For a marketing agency, and we're obviously reaching out to marketing agencies. And the fact our lead magnet is giving them 500 companies for free looking for their services makes it very, very easy for them to say yes to. If you're running a lead gen agency or you have some sort of marketing agency, using a lead magnet like this, like giving them leads for free, obviously not leads for themselves, but leads from a database, right? That's a really, really good way to get people's attention and obviously go into the next stage of the sales cycle as well, right? Because what will happen then is I'll give people a lead list, and I'll say, sure, here's your list of 500 companies that are actually looking for marketing services right now. Here's a link below to book a call to where we can go over how we can get the most out of this list together, right? So you give people the list or you give people one part of the process, but they need you for the implementation or they need you for the next stage of the process, which is just as important, okay? So that's what we're really doing here. We're getting their attention with a catchy, bold headline at the top, how we generated someone this much in pipeline in less than a week, right? Explained a little bit about our process and how we do it. We don't want to do too much of that because we don't want to make it very feature heavy. We want to keep it very outcome orientated. And then a nice, soft, very value driven CTA where we're asking to send them over a list of 500 companies looking for their services. Now this works so well because once again, we're targeting lookalike companies to the person that we've helped. If you don't have a case study, then you can also get around this, right? And just talk about how you can achieve this outcome, right? So if we could generate you $48,000 in pipeline in less than a week, would you be open to a conversation? We do this through our AI platform, you know, and then the same CTA. So even if you don't have that case study, this campaign will still work. Maybe not quite as strong because obviously people can research my client here and make sure they are actually a marketing agency and they are real. If you don't have that luxury, then maybe your positive reply rate would drop slightly, but that would still be a killer campaign. We've also had some really good campaigns, good reply rate here from the UK accounting one. But like I say, overall, generated about 20 sales calls in various different markets using this technique. Now, all you need to do to actually get started and start doing this yourself is simply just get an account on Instantly. I have a link below where you can actually get set up. Start getting some inboxes for $2.50 a month. Like I say, I'll give you access to those in my free school community, which you can join below. All you need after that is to start using Ample Leads to actually generate your lead list. Pick a niche. Okay, let's say for example, you want to target real estate. Cool, you can go and build your list in Apollo, free in Apollo, copy and paste your URL into Ample Leads, and then start generating those leads from there. So let me show you what that actually looks like. So if we go into Apollo here, so if we go into Apollo, into the people tab in Apollo, this is where we can start building our list. So you can see, for example, this is the last list I was looking at. It's relatively targeted, but let's say we want to be going to CEOs, owners, CEO, looks like it's been a little slow today. CEO, owner, founder. Okay, that in job titles. Let's say I just want to target the US, and I can do that there. United States. Let's say I just want to target real estate. We'll put this in here. And we can start generating our lead lists. Real estate, and then employees. What I'd recommend from outbound is you don't want to target companies too large. Usually you can, but it's much more difficult to break into. So I'd recommend 11 to 50 in headcount is always a good sort of range to go with. Now you can see we've got 24,000 leads we could reach out to here, okay? With the current rate I'm showing you, this would obviously last more than a month, but this is a good size list. So what you do here is simply just take this URL, head over to Ample Leads, create an account on Ample Leads, and actually copy and paste this URL into there, and it will start scraping these leads for you. As you can see, it's much cheaper to actually use Ample Leads, about $2.50 per 1,000 leads, so it's gone up slightly from when I've been using it. But if you're doing it through Apollo, it's going to cost you about 10 times that. So I highly recommend you use one of these scrapers like Ample Leads to actually get your leads. If you're in the cold email space, you know that Apify scraper, unfortunately it's deprecated, you can no longer use that. So I've been using Ample Leads and one called Leadmash ever since. So that's what I recommend. Build your list on there, and then as soon as you have that, I would then use a tool called Million Verifier to actually verify these email addresses, right? Because Apollo's email addresses are not going to be the very best quality. If you head over to Million Verifier, you can upload these into Million and only take the valid emails. Okay, don't take the catch-alls as well. If you want to validate the catch-alls, I would take it to a software called Scrubby.io. Right, so I'd upload your list into Million Verifier after it's come off the back of Ample Leads, then download your valid emails, upload them into Instantly, and if you want to do anything with your catch-alls, I would use this tool here called Scrubby, but to be honest, you can just do the valids. It's absolutely fine. Just use the valid emails, put them into Instantly, and then obviously start writing your script. I would always use a script similar to what I've mentioned, right? So start with hey, first name, then some sort of bold intro headline, right? It's really using Alex Hormozi's value equation, if you are familiar with that. Dream outcome times by perceived likelihood of achievement over time delay and effort and sacrifice. So you want to make the dream outcome as large as possible, the perceived likelihood of achievement as high as possible, and the time delay and effort and sacrifice as low as possible. That's why we're giving them leads for free. We're talking about the outcomes we can achieve for them, that sort of thing. So if you do that and put enough volume behind your campaigns, you will generate results. The biggest mistake I see people make is do all the right things, build the right lead lists, verify them, write good copy, but they're only sending 50 emails a day or 100 emails a day. How on earth do you expect to get results with that? You just can't. So this could be a mindset shift that you need to focus on, but you need volume to succeed with outbound. I've said it before and I'll say it again, you need volume to succeed. If you don't want to play that game, Then there's other ways that you can generate leads through calling, through networking, events, but they're very slow and inefficient. If you want to be able to generate leads quickly for your agency, cold email I think is the best way to do it, and you need volume to do that. So this isn't crazy volume, it's only 20,000 emails, but we've been doing this in a very cost-effective manner and generating a lot of sales calls from that. So like I say, if you want any help regarding how to create email campaigns, or you want campaigns run for you, check out the links below in the description. You can book a call with myself or join our free school community. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon.